Greetings, Earthlings, wisdom keepers, wisdom seekers. Welcome back to WizdomDropz, your source for daily drops of wisdom and savvy cat astrology. My name is TONIA, and today it is the Fire Tribes video. That's right, your vid for the new moon in Cancer happening on July 20th, 2020. In this video, we're going to be breaking it down if you're an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius, what you can expect for the next month. That's the 20th of this month until the new moon, okay, in August. So, yeah, it's going to be tense. It's going to be extreme. There's going to be a lot of work. There's a lot of themes of depression, isolation, just intense like denials and oppositions with larger structures, and also aggression and intense aggressive communications and arguments. So I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. Sorry, that's kind of just the energy in the heavens, but there is a silver lining to this all, that there's going to be a lot of accomplishment that we're able to achieve, a lot of things that are able to come to us that are more authentically grounded in ourselves. And you fire signs are always about accomplishments and getting to the other side of something, so that you can say, I did that, I got there, I did this, I accomplished that. So in your own way, this is going to help you manifest more of that fiery energy, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's going to feel great along the way. So in this vid, I'm going to specifically give you what to watch out for based on your sign. Before we get into it, a quick thing I'm excited to share with you. I am offering an astrology course. If you want to be the independent astrologer, if you want to accomplish that skill set and become the astrologer yourself, to where you, fire sign, can look at a chart, interpret a chart, understand that chart, communicate that chart to not only yourself but others, then this course is for you. It's an intensive 3-month. Every Sunday we're going to be meeting up in the Zoom room with a small group of people. I will have very straightforward assignments for you to complete, research, for you to do. And it's really for those people who don't like somebody just sitting there talking to them, telling them about something all the time, and want to have the independent ability to look critically at the stars themselves and to interpret star charts. So if that's you and you're ready to make that investment and commitment in yourself for a 3-month duration of intensive study, then hey, sign up. It's WizdomDropz@gmail.com. I'll tell you more details if you want them. Okay, also subscribe if you vibe to this vid, because we is building tribe here on the WizdomDropz platform. I'm here for you every single day of the week. Be here for it. That's all I gotta say on that. Moving forward to Aries, okay? Aries, you're gonna have this moon is actually happening on your 4th and 10th house axis. So you're the sign that's most activated in your career and home life. The moon itself is in your 4th house, but it's opposing Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter in your 10th. You've been going through reincarnations there in this lifetime in relationship to what you're doing out in the world. And a lot of us, more and more, not just Aries, are having to deal with that. However, you Aries are really going to have an opportunity come up in the next month, I would say, to actually crystallize and manifest and put some roots in the ground when it comes to those themes, because Saturn is opposing this new moon in your 10th, from your 10th. And it's all coming from your own inner wisdom of the home and where it is that you're private to yourself, 4th house. The most private parts of yourself, Aries, is where you're having these epiphanies, and it's the emotional enrichment and nourishment are the words that are coming through to me to say to you. That's the source of all good and growth in your life, and you're realizing what it's going to take in your career in terms of commitments and dedication and telling yourself no, denying yourself certain things that you want, Saturn in the 10th, in order to actually get what you want. So you Aries are coming into some really clear realizations around what exactly it's going to take, what it is you're going to build that's more true to you, Cancer, 4th house, what feels right, but also where it is you're going. And Mars and Chiron are in your sign, so you're feeling some pain with this. I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. Mars is a malefic, but it's in your sign, so you have the energy to accomplish it. Chiron is the wounded healer. It feels the pain. It feels the parts of you that you haven't healed yet, Aries. It feels the parts of you that you just need some help nourishing. The inner child aspects of Aries are also being activated with that Chiron Mars conjunction. But Mars is saying, come on, Chiron, it ain't time to sit it out. We got to get this show on the road. So I think you Aries are working through a lot of your own shit right now. Excuse my language. I think you're actually figuring out where some of your vulnerable points are in your own psyche, in your own self. and how to actually constructively work through that to come out the other side. To add on to that, that Mars-Chiron conjunction is squaring Mercury. So you're going to have some activation around fiery temper. That's your first house and your fourth house at home. So you might be coming into these realizations, but be pissed about it. And these realizations might come through conflicts, verbal conflicts, Mercury in the fourth, with people in your home. You, Aries, might be the source of that conflict with Mars and Chiron conjuncting your sign, but trust and believe whatever comes out of those arguments is going to lead you to more realizations about other things as time rolls on. So be aware of that. Try not to be too aggressive. Try to be aware of the energy and the clout that you carry at this time, Aries, with Mars in your own sign. You have the power right now, so use it wisely. That's what I got to say on that. And yeah, really, that's all I got to say on that. Finally, for you all, Venus is in the third house of Gemini, still retrograde, and it's squaring Neptune. So squares are manifesting energies, and Venus is money and value. Neptune is the higher octave of Venus, and it's all about spirituality, empathy, compassion, beauty gone spiritual. It's the feeling, okay, of beauty. It's the energy of beauty. It's beautiful energy. It's sympathy, empathy, compassion, okay? It's divine emotional intuition. These two things have not been lining up for you. They're not lining up for you this month. You're figuring out a way to make them line up this month. Something with your worth and your value and your own spiritual connection and your connection at an emotional level to these higher truths that you maybe have hidden from yourself are coming to light, Aries. That's exactly what's happening with this 3rd and 12th house activation. How is it happening? It's through your local environment and through spiritual retreat. It's through siblings and spiritual retreat. Maybe a sibling says some stuff to you that's really shakes you. It's destabilizing, but through reflection and retreat, 12th house, what's hidden from you, you're realizing what you have been hiding from you. 12th house is coming to light through a sibling, through a friend, 3rd house, through something in your local everyday environment. You're forced to either go into retreat to process that or to bring out of retreat something that you have been hiding from yourself, okay? In relationship to your abundance, your value, your worth, your spirituality, your spiritual truth, and your higher self as a compassionate, divine being. Moving on to Leo. Good luck, Aries. May the force be with you. Leo, you are having the moon happening between your 12th and 6th house axis. Ouch! The 6th house is where Saturn currently is, okay? So you're possibly dealing with some serious health issues. Be careful to stay on your health game if you are a Leo. Don't lose more than you need to with the 12th, 6th house axis. This is the axis of enemies, hidden enemies, public enemies, okay? Be careful of enemies during this next month, Leo. If you know people are out there to get you, be on your square with this because you have some intense energy coming at you, okay? Now, the 6th house with the Saturn, their opposition to this moon, you can be going through some deep spiritual epiphanies, deep spiritual advancements, Leo. The 6th house is there to tell you what you need to do at an everyday level, at a task-based level, and Saturn is there, the taskmaster, really forcing you to get grounded in what you're doing every single day and asking you at your deepest levels that you even hide from yourself, at your subconscious level, 12th house, is this genuine? Because you're going to be building it for a long time, whatever's to come, okay? That's what's happening for you. Something is going away in your life with all of this because the 12th house is a house of loss, okay? So just be aware of what it is you're losing, and the more conscious you are around what you're losing and the more consciously spiritual you are in that process, the better it's going to be for you in the long haul. Mark my words. Mars and Chiron are conjuncting your 9th house, squaring your 12th house, Mercury. So whatever's coming to you from those hidden places of Mercury in the 12th, okay, and this new moon in the 12th, it's somehow connected to a tension with your higher beliefs, your belief systems, your spiritual faith has been challenged, Leo, and you're a Leo. You are a fire sign, but not only that, you're fixed fire. You are spirit. You are firmly spirit. That's the fire. You are firmly passion. That's the fire. But something about your beliefs, something about your faith, okay? That's that Mars and Chiron has been challenged and is being activated because Mars, the battery, the energizer, the fire of the zodiac in terms of the planetary palette, is with Chiron, the wounded healer, the person in us all that is both healing and needs to be healed, okay? So something is there for you to address with your beliefs, even if it's academia and you're deciding I'm not meant to be in this anymore, or I'm actually really wounded in my beliefs, or my beliefs have not been serving me and been causing wounds to me and others. Those are all possibilities, but you're going deep if you want to. If you don't go deep into your own subconscious, it will come up and it will not be pretty, mark my words. You're dealing with a lot of 12th house activation. Use it wisely. It's about to be your season, Leo season. So you're about to have a solar return if you're a Leo sun, and about to be purified and cleansed of everything that you've been dealing with. It's a perfect time for all this 12th house activation to happen for you all. So get tuned into that. What is that for you Leos that you know is no longer serving you when it comes to your beliefs or your faith? And how do you transmute that? For some tips on how to do that, look to Venus squaring Neptune. Venus is in the 11th house, squaring Neptune in your 8th, okay? So Venus in the 11th is all about your networks, and you might be feeling some really beautiful energy in your networks with friends and abundance and growth and things that are of a higher echelon of life, okay? But they're coming into tension with loss and debt, 8th house, and Neptune being there. Where have you been disillusioning yourself? What kind of indebted situations have you been getting into as a Leo with all of that Neptune in the 8th house? Where have you been illusioning yourself into believing something that's not true at the sake of benefiting in your networks, to be more beautiful, to experience more abundance, Venus, to have that more shallow level satiation that Venus brings at a 5 senses level? It's shallow, but it's real, and it's not to be demonized. It is the goddess of pleasure and joy. Something about those two themes, even in your own psychological state, 8th house, have been hidden from yourself, or you've been hiding them from yourself, and it's time to bring them to the light. It's time to process them. There's squaring energies here telling you it's time to manifest this. It will manifest because it's a square energy. It's going to manifest out in the world. 90-degree angle is a manifestation out in the world kind of angle. So be the captain of this process, Leo. Don't fall victim to it. Be the captain of it, and you will be served. Okay, justice, one way or another, hopefully for the better. But just be aware that your psychological houses and your healing houses and your trauma houses, the 8th and the 12th, are highly activated this month. Use that energy wisely. Don't misuse it, or you will get shot in your own foot. Okay, Leo, may the force be with you. All right, Sagittarius, I love y'all so much. You make my day. I just got off the phone with my Moon and Sagittarius friend. Thank God for Moon and Sagittarius people. You know what I'm saying? Sagittarius, you're having a Moon opposition, the new Moon itself, opposition Saturn, in your 8th and 2nd houses. This is all financial and psychological. It's what you have versus what you're borrowing or what other people's have that they're giving you, okay? It's that axis of mine and yours, that whole, belongings, my belongings, your belongings, okay? And how you're using that and crafting that. Now, the Moon itself is in your 8th house, so something to do with your own psychological healing and transformation and rebirth, or your own traumas that you've been healing, or your own debts that you've been healing. You have the opportunity to actively make steps to heal that, because Saturn is in your 2nd house of abundance and what you possess, okay? So you've had to go through some refining there, some reduction, some pulling back there, learning how to live with less than you have had previously. Jupiter's there helping kind of cushion that. It's your planet, but Jupiter's in fall there. He doesn't like being in Capricorn, so it's not doing as much as it possibly could do for you necessarily. And some of the gifts of Jupiter right now, because it is in the sign of Saturn, Capricorn, with Saturn, literally the planet is there itself, and opposing this new moon, it might feel like your abundance that you're getting is actually your abundance of realizing where you need to cut back, because Saturn is all about limitation and cutting back, and Jupiter is expanding that. So just be aware of that and use the energy wisely. If you have an opportunity to fix some debt issues in your life, Sagittarius, take it. If you have the issues to use the opportunity to use other people's resources to heal your own psychological issues, take it, because this is going to be good for you under this new moon energy. You also have Mars and Chiron conjuncting your 5th house, so romance could be a little hard right now. If you're having some flirtatious romantic partnership, it might go south. You might feel like that's part of your own wound as well, and that process, some of your own wounds might be coming to life through your romance, because there's energy there. Mars, the battery, the powerhouse of the zodiac, is in that 5th house, but it's conjunct Chiron, the wounded healer. So it is painful. It is something that brings up our inner vulnerabilities, our inner complexes in relationship to love. And if you're not in a love partnership but you have children, this could also be children. The lives of your children might be really active right now, but somehow brings up pain and some type of passion oriented pain that helps you see what's actually wrong with your children or the situation with your children. Also, it could be your businesses, your passion projects. 5th house is something that you create, something that you manifest. It's a labor of love kind of energy, okay? So that could be something to think about, because that's squaring your 8th house, which is again that psychological trauma, that hidden stuff that that is hidden from you, the death and rebirth, the processing of all that traumatic stuff that happens to all of us throughout life. That's the 8th house. So you might be a Sagittarius realizing how much wounds you've actually been inflicting on your child, or how much pain they've been going through, and somehow, because Mercury is squaring this, you're realizing for once how you've been a part of that with your words, or how you have been causing that pain or feeding that pain with your words. Or you might just have access to understanding that situation better because Mercury is the messenger, and Mercury is in your 8th house telling you how other people's energy has been conducted in your life and informing you about that experience, or how you've been conducting your energy in relationship to other people. 8th house, okay? So realize if you're coming into epiphanies around this, or how you've been borrowing money to feed these passion projects but it's been in the wrong way, any incarnation of this 8th house, 5th house square, realize the messages that are being delivered to you now are divinely inspired. There is a new beginning element with that, because the new moon itself is with Mercury at this time in the same sign of Cancer in the 8th house for you all. So just some food for thought. Moving on, last but not least for you, Venus is in your 7th house squaring your 4th house. Ouch. That's some of that angular point activation there. And the 4th house is Neptune, which is, squared by Venus in the 7th. So you might really be coming out of some disillusionment in relationship to your home environment. There might be some Sagittarius people out there in long-term committed partnerships realizing once and for all that partners they've been with are actually super destructive and harmful to the livelihood of their home, and from their home it's been harmful to other committed relationships in their lives, okay? Because Venus is a relationship planet. Venus is in your 7th house of relationships, squaring the 4th house, which is your home environment, what's deepest and truest and most private to you. I see 4th house, okay? Something deep is happening there. Some transformation is happening there. You're realizing where you've been disillusioned, and you're coming into more of your spiritual truth if you access the energy, if you allow it to be what it can be with this activation, because that's how it plays out with the Neptune squaring Venus. Also, dreams are coming forward as to what could actually be. You're dreaming of better realities with the home and partnerships. That's Venus square Neptune. You're realizing where it is you've been disillusioned, where it is you've been kidding yourself, and where it is you could actually go with this energy, okay, Sagittarius? With that said, if you all are interested in the astrology course I'm offering, I'm super excited to be offering it to you. Please do reach out at WizdomDropz@gmail.com. Also, if you want a reading with me, I'm available for bookings. It's WizdomDropz@gmail.com again. And with that said, my friend, read the energy wisely, and may the stars be with you. Peace.